is the 3pm Takeover, Radio Northern Beach's only drive-home show.
Keep it right here for a whole hour of fresh hits and entertainment for your Wednesday afternoon.
Here we go.
Hit it.
Welcome to the 3pm Takeover TV song special. I am very excited for this because I love TV like crazy. Thank you for joining us for another Wednesday afternoon. Hope you're excited because you don't watch as much TV as I do, but you watch TV.
Look, I like TV. I just don't watch it because I feel like that's time that I could be spending doing other things, which sounds lame, but it's mostly why I don't watch a lot of TV. But I'm excited because hopefully in the show I'm going to learn a few things.
I think you will.
Like that song, which was from Orange is the New Black.
Yes, it's written by Regina Spektor. It's called You've Got Time. I love Regina Spektor so much.
She's so good. And thanks, Donna, for that recommendation.
Oh, nice, Donna. Good choice, good choice. Have you watched Orange is the New Black?
I've watched one episode, but I think it was in the middle, so I didn't understand.
Oh, no.
What was going on? It wasn't the
I have no context.
Wasn't the pilot.
I hate when you catch a random episode of a show and you're like, I have no context. I have no idea what's going on. And something dramatic will happen. You're like, I don't know why this is dramatic. I have no context of the
And you'd be like, who
the
watches
plot lines.
this? And it's because you have no context.
But then sometimes you'll go back and start the show again. And you're like, I understand. A really big thing to do with TV shows, I think when people think of TV these days, especially things like Orange is the New Black, you automatically think of Netflix.
Yes.
I know I do. This sounds like weird sponsored content. It's not sponsored. Side note, if Netflix wants to sponsor me, I'll happily take that up. I was looking into Netflix because I know it's existed for a lot longer than everyone thinks it has.
Has it been around for ages?
Well, Netflix, the company, has existed since 1997.
Wow. Okay.
They initially did DVD sales and rentals and things like that. So they were pretty on the forefront then.
Yeah.
And then in 2007, they expanded to do streaming media as DVDs sort of dropped back. And then by 2010, they were over in Canada and they started going international streaming since then.
Wow.
And yeah, and as of January last year, they operate in 190 countries.
That's crazy. It's a lot of countries.
It is. And I believe Orange is the New Black it's now a Netflix show and they have Netflix original series.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And Netflix movies.
Netflix original.
Yeah, so in 2016, they released 126 original films and TV series.
That's crazy.
Which is more than any other network or cable channel, which is insane. It shows you how powerful they are. And I was thinking about it. I think it's because they don't have the restrictions and censorships that TV channels have.
Yeah, that's
because of when a show can air and what time and advertisements and all that, because you have to pay to be part of Netflix.
To be a member, yeah.
So they have all their original shows and movies that I watch. They're all really good quality. So
what's a really famous Netflix only show that I would know?
So Stranger Things.
Yeah, okay. Everyone watches that.
The Gilmore Girls revival was all Netflix is doing.
Was it?
Yeah, A Year in the Life.
Wow.
Sense8 you may have heard of. That's a really good one for sort of a lot of these shows are very progressive. I think things like Orange is the New Black and Sense8 are really progressive because they have LGBTQ characters as main characters and it's not oh, they're a gay character, that's who they are. It's that's not who they are, which is very progressive for a TV show, I think. They do things like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, all the Marvel shows, so Daredevil, Jessica Jones, that's all Netflix.
Wow.
The thing I really love about Netflix is I've discovered so many foreign TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
Because they're so global.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
No.
There's this really funny French TV show that I watched. So funny. I would never have heard of it otherwise.
Yeah.
And they do documentaries and stand-up comedy. And I know that things like Stan and Presto, they do a similar thing, but I think Netflix is just really strong at the moment for that. So
that's true. And as our Netflix extraordinaire, because I do not have Netflix,
which I think I ask you every other week whether you have
I have it. No, I don't have Netflix.
Still surprises me.
What are you watching at the moment? What's your favourite show?
I just finished Santa Clarita Diet. That was Drew Barrymore's show.
Okay.
And that was...
I forgot about Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, I kind of had as well. She was working on this show. It's so good. The writing is incredible. It's one of the best, the most well-written shows I've heard in a while. And the actress who plays her daughter in the show is an Australian actress. She's from Canberra.
Oh, cool.
Yes, that's kind of cool. If you haven't watched Stranger Things, I will always recommend Stranger Things because I think it was incredible. The hype was real. It was so good. Things like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. That's a really cute show, and they do lots of some of their original movies can be a bit hit and miss. I think they're much stronger with TV, but I don't know, but it depends what you watch because like I know people who watch completely different shows to me on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because there's different tastes.
True.
Yeah. Listeners, if you guys have a favorite TV show on Netflix or movie, let us know. I'm always up for recommendations for TV shows.
Is there anything that's like coming out this year that you're waiting for?
Oh, season 2 of Stranger Things comes out in October.
Ooh,
I'm very excited.
Maybe I should get on this.
Do you like sci-fi based stuff?
No.
It's kind of like sci-fi. No, it's not sci-fi. It's fantasy, but it's like set in the 80s, and it's really well made. Like the music and the clothing and everything's like so of the era. That's really cool. It was really well made, and that's what a lot of people talked about. And it was a good story, and yeah,
that's good. It sounds awful, but I would rather hit my head against the wall than watch sci-fi. I just don't identify.
Well, it's fantasy, not sci-fi, but I love sci-fi.
That's fantasy sci-fi.
Yes. Oh yeah, there we go. We just discovered like a whole new genre.
If it's got fantasy, then I would be down for it. I think I should give it a go.
Yeah, there's no harm in trying it.
That's true.
And that's the thing about like those kind of streaming services. You can watch a whole season or you can watch it as you go and it remembers where you're up to and it will recommend stuff. And like you can watch,
that's cool.
Like its library bank is so big that there is something for everyone, which is cool. Like I've watched documentaries that I wouldn't have come across otherwise and I loved them. And I'm usually not a documentary watcher. So, and then once you watch like one thing, like they'll suggest things of a similar style, which is really cool. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if you like Netflix, we want to hear from you, so make sure you tell us about it. And the next song that we have coming up on our TV special is from Veronica Mars. This is We Used to Be Friends by the Dandy Warhols. Welcome back. That was from Veronica Mars. And we were just talking about that show because I have only briefly watched a bit of it. And you were saying that at the end of the show, it left on a cliffhanger. And then they went back and they crowdfunded a movie.
Yeah, so there was only about 3 or 4 seasons. But like with a lot of shows, the end of the season will be a bit of a cliffhanger to like want you to keep watching. And they finished like filming the whole season. And then I believe the show it just didn't get renewed for a new season.
Yeah.
And then like 9 years later, the cast crowdfunded a movie to sort of basically tie up the loose ends. And they set it like 9 years later.
Yeah.
And it was really like I watched it. When I watched it, I could watch the movie straight. I think I had to wait like 2 weeks for the movie to come out.
Yeah. How convenient.
Yeah. So I actually like accidentally timed it really well. And so, but I kind of like that 2 weeks was agony. I can't imagine waiting 9 years to find out what happened to your favorite characters. So they really shouldn't cancel shows. It's very unjust, I find.
It's true.
But it was really good to have that thing that was like, like they did with Gilmore Girls. They like resurrected it and then told you what happened to the characters in like the present day.
Yeah, which is why we are going to talk a little bit about the Love Actually cast reunion
/sequel
that happened in the UK last week for comic relief for Red Nose Day.
Red Nose Day, actually.
Yes, it's called Red Nose Day, actually. And quite a lot of the original cast came back and you got to see where they were 14 years later.
Yeah.
Which is a long, long time. And I just thought that was really cool because it's such a cult classic, that film.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't know about you, but I really struggle with like a film and like characters and a story that I know so well. Suddenly, like there's new content. I find it like a bit stressful.
It is a bit because you're worried about like where they're going to end up. Like what's happened to this person and how will they be. And before I actually watched it, I saw a couple of reviews float around saying it was a bit bizarre and not that funny. And they obviously did this. I watched it. I really liked it.
I feel like they did only what you could do with that.
I thought they did it really well. They used a whole bunch of like their classic jokes from the film that they sort of redid, and they had to time it like it had to be very comedic based because it was for comic relief.
Yeah.
But I thought they did a really good job, and they like had lots of lovely little things about telling you how everyone ended up, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it. And you know, Hugh Grant's character gave another great speech, and I actually thought that was a really good idea for him to give that like I don't know what the word is, like that really encouraging build up like nation speech that he does in the first.
Which was really needed, which was really, really good. And it was cool, I guess, because you sort of revisit these characters that you haven't, you know, like seen for a long time and you kind of evaluate where you're at as well, since like the time when that came out originally.
It's one of the first times I've felt old, being like 14 years.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Love Actually in the cinema and I was like, are you kidding me? 14 years? And like half the actors look really old and half of them look exactly the same.
Some of them look the same, right?
Yeah.
It's scary.
The person who plays Hugh Grant's wife, I can't remember the
Martine
character.
McCutcheon.
Yes, I swear, she has
same.
not aged and that scared me. I was like, no, you should have aged. It's been so long.
Yeah, and the actress who plays Aurelia, who is Colin Firth's now wife in the sequel, looks better than she did. She looks younger than she did.
I love her hair.
Years ago.
She got like her hair cut.
And that's scary.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah.
It was really nice. And, you know, Keira Knightley came back and they did like the whole thing with the cards and Kate Moss had a cameo. It was it felt so clearly that the people who worked on the original worked on the sequel.
Yeah.
And often with sequels, sometimes a different crew or they'll add different directors or cast. And you could tell it was the same people.
The same people. And it was really cool because it had been such a long time in the making, because since it's become such a popular film over the years, the producer and the director, who are married, have been like releasing little random things each year about like what each of them did or like how it's progressed. So it's finally like put to screen, which is really quite good.
Yeah, it was really nice. I don't know. And they had like lots of little jokes about time passing. Like the actor who played Sam, the little boy, who was very little. He is obviously a lot taller now. And there's a whole joke when Liam Neeson sees him. He says, "Oh, you're tall." And he goes, No, my shoes are healed. Like it's just all like little joke, but like internally, no, he's like, since we saw him last as Sam, he's like Liam Neeson's height.
Yeah.
So that was really, they had really little sweet little hints at the fact that 14 years has passed and it was nice.
I've got to say it was a bit weird because there were enough people that came back that it was worth it, but there were like a few too many people that didn't come back that it was a bit sad.
Oh, you wanted to hear what happened to them?
Well, just it was strange without them.
Yeah, like, that's true.
I knew that Emma Thompson wasn't coming back without Alan Rickman.
And that's fair. I was kind of glad they didn't touch that topic.
Yeah, but I thought that Chris Marshall's character would come back. The one that went to America and met all the girls.
Yeah. Well, isn't he
friend.
like on location filming for that Death in Paradise show he does?
I don't know.
I was under the impression he just couldn't come back.
I don't know. But the other person that didn't come back, which was surprising, was Laura Linney. But I read something that said that they're filming another sequel with her in it.
No. So the American release of the Love Actually video, which I don't know if it's out yet, in the American release, she's in it.
Oh.
Which hasn't come out yet because I was looking for it.
The American release of Red Nose Day.
Of the comic release of Red Nose Day, actually. Apparently, her character is brought up. I was hoping, because I wanted to know what happened to her and Carl.
Yeah.
I really want to know.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
That it was missing. But anyway, I thought that was possibly the best thing that they could have done for comic relief this year.
They raised so much money.
They raised
auctioned
so much
off
money.
all the props and the cue cards for it.
And a lot of it was attributed to the cast coming back together for Red Nose Day, actually. And stuff like that is good. Like when you bring back stuff that was that's been such a big deal, because it sort of still is the main Christmas movie, certainly of this century.
And I find it incredible that a film like that, it can still, after so many years, be so like in the forefront. And I don't think it's because it's a Christmas film. Like it is, but it is just such a good film that like people everywhere love it. And and then there's enough characters that you can love it for very different reasons and have favorites and not favorites. But it's so cleverly intertwined. I remember when I first saw it, even just being like such an iconic movie. Yeah. Straight away.
You know it's going to last.
Oh, you know who else wasn't in it?
Who?
Martin Freeman didn't come back for it.
No.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I keep thinking of all these characters who aren't in it. Because there's so many characters that sometimes you forget the cast.
Make you sad.
But it wasn't, it only had 15 minutes to be fair.
True.
It moved quite quickly.
True.
So.
You're listening to our TV special. Make sure that you do not go away. Coming up after this, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of TV themes, which is actually way more interesting than you will imagine.
I'm excited.
So, stay tuned. This is Aiming From Your Head. I can't pronounce the
Betcha Bappa?
It's Betcha or something.
I
don't know, but they're a Kiwi band. That's all I know. And this is from the very, very cult Australian classic tween TV show called Blue Water High. So enjoy.
You're listening to the 3pm Takeover TV special, and I'm sorry, if you didn't watch Blue Water High as a kid, like, did you even have a childhood? Like
I know.
A tween childhood at least.
Especially, like, just putting out the Northern Beaches, the show was set on the Northern Beaches. They were meant to live in Avalon. If you're a tween, if you're remotely the same age as Victoria and I, and you didn't watch it,
You missed out.
You seriously missed out.
It was
the best show ever.
We were just discussing during that song, like tween shows we used to watch, and I was saying I still love Saddle Club, and I feel like you never hear about it anymore. And you didn't like animals, so I get why you didn't want to watch it. I was really into horse riding, so it was like the most amazing show for me to watch because like it's a show about the thing I do.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, there were some like early 2000s, late 90s. There were some amazing tween kids shows made in Australia.
Australian ones, yeah. Like for me,
good.
As well as Blue Water High, I used to love H2O, Just Add Water. I used to love The Sleepover Club. Oh, there's so many good ones.
Did you ever watch Round the Twist?
No.
That was such a weird show, but it was so good.
No, I never watched it.
It was super weird though.
We're just a little slightly bit too young for it.
No, I watched it. I've got an older brother, so I watched it.
Because of your brother, probably.
I think that's why, yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about the history behind TV themes. And I found out a lot more than I expected. That there's quite a kind of science behind it.
Okay, I'm excited.
So introducing a theme song at the beginning of a show didn't actually arise from trying to make the show better. Like it was nothing to do with the show. It started as an effort to stop viewers from changing channels and to lengthen the show time so that there would be more ad breaks required and therefore more funding from the ads would come back into the show.
Oh, wow.
So yes, this was like in the 1930s.
Wow.
And now the average theme for a TV show is 19 seconds. And it's usually just a grab of music, and it can be either something that was written for the show or something that existed beforehand or just like instrumental music. So I got a little bit of a, what would you call it? Like a through the decades type thing.
Oh, like a chronology of theme tunes.
Yeah, I was thinking of chronology, but like a not such an academic word.
A timeline.
We'll go with timeline. That is so the word that I was looking for. Timeline
I'm here for
is the word. Okay, timeline. So in the 1950s, TV themes featured a lot of songs or music that had trumpets because trumpets were thought to grab the attention of viewers, and the average length of a theme tune back then was 61 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Which is a lot longer than now. And even when you watch like old newsreels from those days, it was always trumpets.
Yeah.
Like on the ABC, it would be like,
yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
That was awful.
Someone remixed the ABC news theme into like a proper, like almost like a clubby song. It's really, really good.
That was weird.
Anyway.
But anyway, in the 1960s, TV theme songs had more attention on them because the actual show and the decade saw the rise of a lot of songs that were written specifically for the show, like they were commissioned by artists or bands to be like they were going to be a song that would be on the artist's album, but not until after it had been used in the show. And then in the 1970s, they became a much bigger part of society, especially over here, because previously unknown songs that had been picked up from TV shows started to make their way into the Billboard charts, which was like the first time that had happened. And it's really interesting because these days, like, you know, as soon as you use a song for the opening of a popular show or even like a TV ad for a store or a service, suddenly it becomes like really, really well known.
Yeah.
Like I discovered a whole band that we played a couple of their songs a few weeks back because they had an ad for Target that was like really catchy.
Yeah.
And you just kind of get into it. So
yeah. I guess it depends on how good the ad is as well. Like, if the content of the ad isn't that interesting, even if it's a great song, you're not really going to notice.
But it's like that song, the one I always think of, Bomb Bomb by Sam and the Womp.
Yes.
That was an ad for Bonds, and then it made the song really big.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was commissioned by Bonds.
Oh, is it commissioned?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know, and now it's like a really big song in its own right.
It's kind of like, which is obviously very similar because it's like TV, but when movies will have like a song that's just for the movie, but then weirdly it won't play till the credits or something.
Yeah.
Because like the last couple of very big movies, so like Twilight and Hunger Games had that where they had a big song but it wasn't played till the credits, which I always find really strange.
Bridget Jones had that too.
Yes.
It played like right at the end.
And then like they'd play it on the radio to promote the movie, but then you go see the movie and it's not played. I don't know. I expected the song to be like the opening credits or something, but it isn't.
I know what you mean.
It's very strange when they do that.
Well, that could be the reason behind my next point, which was that since 2000, songs written specifically for shows have actually failed to make it big in the way that they used to. But songs that existed before the show and then were picked up by a show have made that artist or band really, really famous.
I guess it's to do with like, I don't know, I want to see the psychology of it, that the song already existed, so it wasn't written for something specific, but it fitted it. So whilst if it's when it's the other way around, you feel like maybe you can't take it out of that show. Yeah.
But what's interesting is around 85% of shows had songs that were specifically composed for them until 1990, and since then the number is about 50-50.
Oh, wow.
So more often than not, they're choosing songs that already existed. But to wrap us up, I thought this was quite interesting. The TV shows across the world, they all happen to be American except one, that have made the best selling songs that were commissioned for the TV show are the main themes of Australian Idol, NCIS, Dancing with the Stars, The Big Bang Theory, and The Voice.
Oh, wow. There you go.
I wonder what the whole song of that "This Is the Voice" sounds like.
Is there a whole song for it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like just
No,
the
it's
soundbite
a
they
whole
always
song.
used. Oh my gosh.
It's a whole song.
Well, it can't be that well, like, popular if we haven't even heard of it.
Well, I've never looked into it. But it's interesting. The most popular TV theme song in history that was a song before it existed
Was the Saddle Club theme song? I 100% agree.
was the one from The Apprentice, which is OJ's song For Love of Money. You know, the one that goes money, 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 and Donald Trump like walks onto the screen.
No.
You never watched The Apprentice?
No, I don't like reality TV. We've discussed this.
How do you not know that song though?
I probably would if I heard it.
Yeah, it just goes like
But
that.
I'm sorry, your rendition may not have been so
No, that's literally all they do.
Oh.
They just sing the word money over and over.
Oh.
But there we go.
Catchy lyrics.
And the most popular, specifically composed song of all time is the one for Survivor.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't have picked that to be the most popular, but I guess you can just go, ah, and everyone knows it is. Yeah, I guess, so that works better than that money, money, money thing.
That's true. No, everyone except you knows what that is. So there we go. I'm not alone, right? Someone told me I'm not alone.
I watch a lot of TV shows, but I'm not across reality shows. That's kind of your domain. You watch a lot more reality TV than I do.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Between us, everyone just knew The Apprentice anyway.
Between us, we covered them all. Yeah, I don't really watch. It's like a business-based reality show. Why would that ever interest me? That is the opposite of my areas of interest. So
fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, we are heading into a song from a TV show that you love, Victoria.
I think the world loves this. Guys, this is the theme song from Friends. It's called I'll Be There For You by The Remembrance. As if you don't know that. It's incredible. We'll catch you after this.
Welcome back. This is the 3pm Takeover's TV theme special. Is that what we're calling it? TV song special?
TV special, TV song special, TV theme special.
TV
you guys
something
know
special.
what we mean.
You know what it is. It's all about TV songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that was from Gilmore Girls. And we were just discussing, funnily enough, one of the only shows that I watched like in its peak time right through was Gilmore Girls. And it was one of those things, I don't think I particularly liked it. I just kept watching it because I was already watching it. And you watched it like more frequently as an adult for the first time.
Yeah, so a couple of, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I started watching it. And I had Netflix by then. It was all on Netflix. So it was really easy to get, like, to see the entire show all the way through. So, but we were just discussing, I will watch a show all the way through. Like, I like doing that, like season to season, whilst you kind of catch episodes and not be super, I guess, fussed with the plot as much.
Clearly no TV show has like ever hooked me.
I have been I've been emotionally attached to so many shows and emotionally affected when things happen. Oh,
I was like that as a tween. Like with a lot of tween shows, I was like that. So like year 7, year 8. But now I'm just like, ugh.
No, I love TV.
I wish I did. I wish I was like more into it.
Why? Just because other people are?
Yeah. I don't know. Because there have been shows that come along where I've watched it right through and I've just loved it. And I'm like, I wish there were more shows like that I was really into. Like when Downton Abbey was a thing.
That was a really good show.
Yeah. Like I wish I was still in things like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are going to do a quiz because like,
I'm excited.
Seriously, what kind of special show would it be for us if we didn't have a quiz? So we're going to do one about which reality show you would end up on, because reality TV we haven't kind of touched on yet. All our music has been from TV shows, regular ones. I know, what would you call them? Not reality? Scripted? Yeah, that'll work. Scripted shows.
That's how I like my TV. I like it scripted.
Yes.
I like everything happening for a reason.
Yes. So now we're going to have a little bit more focus on reality TV, which is possibly slightly more my area.
That's good.
I watch a bit more.
I feel like today's show has been very my area, so it's good for you to have.
But
I've been
section. Learning things.
That's true.
I'm just a student. I've been observing. So, are you ready for your quiz?
Yes, I'm excited to find out what reality show I should be in. Because let's be honest, even though I don't watch it, I make a great reality star.
You would.
Because I'd find where the cameras are and I'd like make faces at them at like key times like they do in The Office. I'd like find the camera and be like, is this really happening? And like the viewers would be like, oh, she knows what's happening. So connected.
I think you would be fired for breaking the third wall,
Fourth wall.
Whatever wall. Gosh. Anyway, okay. Disclaimer, I've done this quiz at home, so I know what reality show I would be
Which
on.
one are you in?
No, I'm not going to tell
No,
you.
tell me.
No, I'm going to wait until you found out yours first.
You know what I don't like? I have no patience.
Too bad.
That's why I binge watch shows. I can't wait week by week.
Here we go. Number 1. What is your favourite kind of movie? Documentary, romantic comedy, drama, musical, indie, or action?
Let's go romantic comedy.
Good choice.
Thanks.
How do you feel about revenge?
Oh.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. Talk it out. Maybe it's just an understanding. Show that bitch who's boss. The best revenge is success, or revenge is not my style.
Revenge is not my style.
Ooh. Okay.
That's why I wouldn't make it onto a lot of reality shows. Someone would just and I'd be like, oh, I'll let it go and I'll move on. I don't care. I'm sure we can resolve it later.
You'd be fired for being too boring because you wouldn't go after them.
Pretty much.
Oh dear. Okay, pick a colour. Blue, black, green, purple, red, or yellow.
Purple.
Good pick.
Thanks.
How would your friends describe you? Bitchy. A total. I'm just reading the options here.
I know, I thought they would be like all these other ones are always like kind, loyal, intelligent. This one's like bitchy.
Okay, here are your options. Bitchy, a total sweetie, forward-thinking, driven, trendy, or quick on your feet.
What do you think? You're my friend? You can answer this for me.
A total sweetie.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pick that one.
Thanks.
Okay, how do you feel about working in groups? I do my best work alone. Sure, we can learn a lot. Ugh, no way. If I have to, but I better get something out of it. Sure, teamwork is important. Or me, a group? Yeah, right.
Sure, teamwork is important.
Ooh.
I'm all for that group mentality.
I'm the, if I have to, but I better get something out of it. I'm that option.
You'd be the person in Survivor who's like, we're going to win this team challenge, but I'm going to win the whole game.
Yeah, basically. Number 6, where do you want to live out of these options? Okay. San Fran, Paris, Hawaii, New York, Rome, or LA?
Ooh. Maybe San Fran.
That sounds like a good pick for you. How often do you show emotion? All the time? I cry really easily. There's no room for emotion in success. I'm emotional when I need to be. Like a normal amount, or it's rare.
I'd say a normal amount.
Yeah. I went with that too.
I don't weep all the time. The Qantas ads will get me though. I will happily confess the Qantas ads. Oh,
now that is a good example of a commissioned for ad song that has been very famous. There we go.
Don't sing it because I'll start crying.
I won't. What is your idea of a good time? Going out for dinner? Going to a concert? Working? Taking a class to learn something new? Hanging with friends? Or Fashion Week?
Obviously Fashion Week. No, hanging with friends.
Okay. What's the one thing you could not live without? Friends? Food? Love? Clothing? Music? Or I don't need anything?
Is this like, I'm assuming not on like a base survival level?
No.
But food's in there, but I'm assuming because it's like food reality shows.
Yeah.
I would say friends.
Okay. What is/was your major at university? Fashion, marketing, sociology, psychology, arts, fine arts, theatre, science, or English?
I guess I have to say choose fine arts, don't I? That's the closest.
Fine arts.
I studied design, guys. It's never on these lists.
It's true. You got a TV show that I haven't heard of.
Oh, what is it?
The Real World.
Oh, is that like in 10 Things I Hate About You? What's that show? Don't they have like the real Seattle?
Yes.
Isn't it that?
I don't know. It could be. It says you aren't afraid of important issues, but you're also not afraid to party. So pack your bags. You're moving in with strangers.
Because that's set in like San Fran, Seattle-ish area, isn't it?
I think so.
How fun.
I have to look that up.
I'm excited. What did you get?
I got The Bachelor.
The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
The Bachelor.
Because I have this, you have to be 25 to enter because I may have looked it up once.
No, it's 23, isn't it?
No, for Bachelor it's 23. For Bachelorette you have to be 25. Because I was discussing with someone, I would go on that show, but only if I was the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
I want like 20 guys to fight over me while I look amazing with my hair and makeup done professionally. But I don't want to be one of like 20 girls fighting for one guy.
You should audition.
Well, I'm not old enough yet.
When you are old enough.
Maybe I will.
This time next year.
All that stuff came out about like the entry forms for Bachelor and Bachelorette, and like it was really like intense. Did you see all those?
Yeah, I've
The questions
may
they
have
asked
been
like...
to the website and like looked right at them.
May have.
I may know like the whole application process.
Oh wow. You can help me then. You'll definitely get me in, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Guys.
Every single episode is going to be Bachelor special.
Look,
because we're keeping up with you.
Guys, when I am the Bachelorette, you guys can be like, oh, I listened to her on community radio, and everyone will be like, cool.
What?
You liked her before she was cool.
Famous. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so because we've been talking about reality TV, our last song for the day is like
perfect.
Everybody knows it. Don't even need to say the name of the show, but I'm going to say it anyway because everyone loves it. It is Bondi Rescue.
Yes.
Please enjoy. This is In the Summertime by Thirsty Merc.
Welcome back, Thirsty Merc. In the summertime. I don't like summer and I like that song.
Everybody likes that song. Do you know what? I have an embarrassing story about that song.
Yes.
Or about that show in general. So when I was living in Canada when I was at uni, and I've been there for quite a while, for some random reason, they were showing an episode of Bondi Rescue on Australian TV. On Canadian TV. And all my friends came like running to my room like, Hope, quickly come out. You might know this show. And I was like, what is it? And it was Bondi Rescue. And I felt like really emotional watching it because I hadn't been home for so long. And I was like, oh, Bondi Rescue.
I know what you mean.
I felt emotional over Bondi Rescue. I've teared up. But
It's
it was because I'd been
show.
living overseas.
All that show has ever taught me is that tourists can't swim.
Yeah.
They're never saving locals.
What's good though is you can never like not be in the mood. If it's just on or someone says, oh, let's just watch this, you kind of go, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like you can't feel negatively about it. It's like border security. You can't really feel negative. It's just there.
And because it's been on for so long, I was watching it the other night and it was so weird seeing that one of the senior lifeguards, I remember when he was having his like introduction, like initiation, and I was like, oh, it's been on for so long that I've seen like the junior become the senior. And I was like, oh, feelings. And all the juniors are so young now and I feel really old. So maybe I don't like it as much because I'm like, oh, now you're making me feel old.
They're like 16 and 17. It's kind of terrifying.
Oh, man. But guys, I hope you enjoyed our TV special. Unfortunately, we're at the end of the show, which means we have one thing left, one very strong order of business. We have Quote of the Week.
And you are Madame Quote.
Madame Quote. Are we sticking with that, are we?
I like it.
I am Madame Quote this week, which sounds so strange now that we're not talking about Beauty and the Beast. Out of context, it's odd. And my quote this week, I picked because I know for both of us, TV can be like what you do during the free time.
Yeah.
And you actually brought up very serendipitously the start about how you wish you watch TV in your free time more. Mm-hmm. And I think this should help because this quote is about free time. So Susan Cain said this, and the quote is, spend your free time the way you like, not the way you think you're supposed to.
Ooh, that's like oddly...
Yeah.
That's really creepy because I did not know that.
Yeah, I came across this quote and it really struck home with me when I first heard it because when people hear how much TV I watch, I often get a lot of comments of people negatively being like, gee, you watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
And that always really hurt. And then when I read that, I was like, yeah, I really enjoy watching TV shows and movies and it brings me joy. So I should spend my free time like that.
It reminds me of that quote, you know, the one that's like, it's not wasted time if you enjoy wasting it.
Yes.
Like that kind of idea. That's weird. I've never thought it's weird that you like to watch TV. I just think that is a hobby that you have.
No, I've gotten a couple of passing comments in the past about the fact that I watch too much and why would I spend my time doing that. So reading that made me feel better. And I went at the very start of the show when you said that thing about your free time, I was like, oh, it's so fitting because Hope and I, when we're Madame Quote, the other person doesn't know what the quote is until the end of the show.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so fitting. And I hope you guys found it quite fitting as well.
And I agree. Yeah. I think no matter how you spend your free time, you should enjoy it. Unless like you spend your free time doing something that's really weird.
Yeah.
Or illegal. That's bad. Don't do it.
It's your free time. It's not someone else's. So like you said, that like, I guess, supplementary quote that it's not wasted if you don't believe it's being wasted.
Yeah, if you enjoy, you know, spending the afternoon in bed one day watching videos, then
go for it.
It's not wasted time because it's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like we said in our quote a few weeks ago, you're like the driver of your own life or whatever it is.
Yeah, the pilot.
The pilot of your own life.
Time flies, but you're the pilot.
Yes.
I'm really loving the quote of the week, by the way. Don't get me wrong, I miss Suburb Focus like crazy and I'm still mourning it dreadfully. But I think quote of the week is not a substitute. It's a lovely...
it's just a new thing.
Sequel.
Yeah. You know what? I'm secretly always pleased because I introduced Suburb Focus and you were not keen, but you ended up liking it.
Yeah, because it was very you. Suburb folks are like, look into different suburbs and do research. And it was very history based. And I don't love history, so.
I guess. It wasn't meant to be history based. I think it was more meant to be a way of connecting our show back to the Northern Beaches.
On a very weird note, thinking about history, I just thought of a reality show that I do like watching.
What?
Besides Beauty and the Geek.
Yeah.
My grandma used to always watch Antiques Roadshow.
Oh, I hate Antiques
I used to sit down with her, and it's just so much fun when they bring a thing up and you got to guess whether it's going to be like actually worth something or if it's actually trash. That's the best game to play.
Well, that's why I love shows like that, but American ones where there's also drama. So if it's trash, they'll all start like punching each other. That's the best kind of show.
No.
Yeah, Antiques Roadshow and Bargain Hunt, all those types.
Antiques Roadshow, they're a bit too polite. They're like, it's worth $10. Like, oh, thanks anyway. And they just walk off where they don't get angry.
Yeah, it's not good. You need a
I
show
like the politeness.
You need a show that has all the best bits of that plus like
the drama.
The police and the punches. Because that is good TV.
And this is where we differ. If you guys have a favourite show that we talked about today, please let us know. Or would you be a good bachelor or bachelorette? Maybe you'll be on my series and we can fall in love. It'll be a Northern Beaches romance story. It'll be the front of the Manly Daily.
There were a few people on The Bachelor last year and The Bachelorette that were from the Northern Beaches, actually.
That's true.
It's funny. I always had to laugh because I obviously am from the Northern Beaches, whereas my boyfriend is not. And he always laughs when he sees contestants on reality shows that are from the Northern Beaches because he always says, oh, they're so from there, like it's so obvious. And I said, why? Do you feel like I'm really from there? And he's like, yes, it's so obvious. And same with all your friends. And I was like, oh, we're like a type.
Oh my God.
You can tell that we're from the Northern Beaches.
Because we exist within that type, we don't see it.
We don't see it.
It's like accents. You can't hear your accent till you're speaking with someone with a different one and yours sounds really strong.
And then you notice.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's like he's such a North Shore type. An upper North Shore type and he can't tell. But I can see it.
Some of the things that are the best about like things like The Bachelor is, was it The Vine? They did those recap videos that were like super funny. I like those kind of things. And it gets people talking. I have made more than a handful of friends based off TV shows that we watch. One of my close uni friends, it got started because we were both watching the same TV show.
Yeah.
And we would just chat about it every week. So I think TV show always has a place for friendships and society. Tells you what's happening at the time.
And whether you like reality TV or not, just remember the best thing about reality TV, at the end of the day, probably a huge proportion of it, the money is going to go back to something really good like charity. So that's
true.
A good thing.
And I think we didn't even talk about it, but like quiz-based shows.
My favourite.
Yeah, I love those, but you wouldn't call them reality shows, would you?
Quiz shows are a genre of their own.
Game shows.
They're a genre of their own.
Because I like game shows.
I love game shows.
So good.
Well,
so good.
Calm me down. We're going to have a game show special. Anyway.
We actually could. I have been to a taping of Jeopardy, so I'm ready. I've been in the live audience, so I'm ready for this quiz show action.
I've been to Family Feud.
We're both ready.
All right. We're going to go before we get too distracted. We hope you have...
tangent. In like the last 3 minutes, we've gone off on a tangent.
We have an amazing afternoon and rest of the week. We will see you on Friday for the re-takeover. And yeah.
Catch you next week for a brand new non-TV themed show.
Normal show.
As they say. Bye.